Hi, welcome to Ed Foodie. We're going to have some fun today. I was going through my mom's old cookbook and come across this little brochure or advertisement, I guess, from Royal Puddings and Royal Jellos. And I saw a recipe in here that looked pretty good, so I'm going to try it. It's called Hot Custard Flavor Rice Pudding. And the only thing that's kind of strange about this recipe, it says 1 package of custard flavor pudding and pie filling, but it doesn't say what size box. So I guess back in these days, this was probably in the late 50s, early 60s. Maybe they only had one size. I think it's the smaller size, just by judging by how much milk you put in it. So we're going to try this and let's just see what happens. So it's a fairly simple recipe. I don't know about easy or quick. Anytime you're cooking with milk on the stove top, you got to be really careful and keep stirring and everything. So it's probably take a little time. I couldn't find any of the custard flavor pudding, but what I do have here is Jello coconut cream, and I've got a 3.4 ounce box, and I hope this will work. We'll find out. So I got a fairly large pot here. We're just going to pour this instant pudding mix into the pot. You know, it's interesting that instructions there doesn't say anything about instant pudding mix. So I think this will all turn out okay. But like I said, this is going to be a big experiment. I'm going to slowly pour in 2 1/4 cups of whole milk, and we'll stir this as we pour. We'll turn our burner on. My stovetop runs a little hot, I think, so I'm going to put mine on like a medium low. And here's where you need the patience, because we're boiling. We're going to bring this milk up to a boil, and you got to keep stirring this so that it doesn't scorch on the bottom. And especially right now, I want to stir, make sure I got all that pudding mix dissolved. And we normally actually don't drink cow's milk. Catherine usually has almond milk. So I just bought a 16 ounce bottle there. And so for the other 4 ounces, I'm just going to pour in some coconut cream. But if I had all that milk, I would go ahead and use it. And then I'm going to do something a little different. And I think I'll do this right now while it's heating up. I used to love my mom's rice pudding, and she would put raisins in it, which I really liked. And again, I don't have raisins, but what I'm going to do is put in a 1/4 cup of dried cranberries or craisins. You know what? That doesn't look like much. Let me put in a 1/2 cup. That looks a little better. Oh, also to let you know, I've already cooked 1 cup of uncooked rice. So that's going to give us maybe about 3 cups. And when this comes to a full boil, we'll turn this down, and then we'll pour in that rice in the mix here. Also, what this recipe has, I guess just from the title about hot custard, you pour it in individual little serving dishes. Let it sit for about 15 minutes to cool off a little bit, and then basically eat it warm. I like rice pudding warm, but I also like it cold, so I think we'll We'll do one serving, the warm, and we'll try that, and then the rest of these I'm going to put in the refrigerator overnight. And then depending on the consistency of this, I always kind of like to pour in some milk on top of my rice pudding, and a little bit of either nutmeg or cinnamon. I think I might use just some pumpkin pie spice. Get a little bit of everything in there. We're starting to get a little bit of a simmer. All right, we got this for a good full boil. I've turned the burner off. Now we're going to start scooping in this rice. I don't know if we'll need all 3 cups, but we'll see. All right, let's stir that in there good. Sure like the smell of it. We'll leave this one out and we'll try this warm. The rest of these we're going to put in the refrigerator overnight. So this is going to serve, looks like 8 servings. I'm not sure how big these dishes are, but it's plenty for one person for dessert. I ran out of little dishes, so I will just put this in this one here. I think I'll put the pumpkin pie spice on the cold ones after they're in the refrigerator. Just a little sprinkle of pumpkin pie spice. All right, here, I'll just use the old plate here. I sure like that pumpkin pie spice. Wow, you know what? That's good. Actually, a very simple way to make rice pudding. I have another recipe for, I forget what it's called. It's the Indian rice pudding. It's a very liquidy, and it takes quite a while to make that. Yeah, I really like that. Very good. Thanks, Mom. And royal flavored pudding and Jello. Pudding and Jello is kind of I guess a lost art nowadays. We used to have pudding and Jello all the time as a kid. This is a way to kind of change it up a little bit, kind of add a little extra stuff to it. But I'll put a link in the description of a couple of Jello recipes that I made that also comes from my mom. It's a whipped Jello, so you whip it and almost kind of tastes like Pop Rocks when you eat it. Then there's another one where you whip in some cream cheese and really brings it up a notch on just eating regular Jello. So I'll put that in the description. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Foodie right over there. Thank you for watching.